Hi guys! So here we have a set of nails I did, oh god, like a month ago. It's just taken me forever to do the voiceover on the video. So I had the lovely Leanne come in for a set of nails, and what I've done is I've done all my natural nail work prep, applied some pre-pinched stiletto tips. I can't remember if these are Cuticle or these might be the new Pro Impressions ones. I cannot remember. I will... Pro Impressions. I'm pretty sure it's Pro Impressions. I will link everything in the description below anyway. So as I say, I've applied the tips, blended them in, and then what I'm doing is I'm just applying a thin clear base to every single nail. I'll apologise now, my phone kept focusing, unfocusing, focusing. It just didn't know what it wanted to do. So yes, sorry for that. Yeah, so I'm just applying a thin clear base. And for these nails I wanted to do the glitter flip or Loubouton or underspangles, whatever you like to call the nails. So what I'm doing is I'm using I'm using a small bead of clear acrylic to pick up some of the holographic superfine blue jeans, and then I'm applying that just from the free edge and then going down the tip. I blend up a little bit, but it's just to get, you know, make sure that there's no like clear gap underneath, and it's just to keep it nice and thin. So you want to work super thin because you don't want to add any bulk, and I'm also going to put a design on top of this, so you need to make sure you're not putting too much bulk on at this stage. And then I'm just checking underneath, making sure that I've got a nice coverage, and straight away you can see the underspangles at work. So yeah, if there's any gaps there, I'd have filled them in, but there weren't, so it's all fine. So I'm now coming in with my CJP Sapphire, which is this lovely, it's a really deep, I'd say it's a midnight blue, and it's got this lovely shimmery glitter to it. So I'm placing it at the free edge, pulling it down, and then I'm blending it up. I'm then coming in with a HD Pro Acrylic. I can't remember the name because I'm snuggled on the couch with the dog. and I can't walk the all 10 feet to my salon to check. It's from the Sunday Delights collection. Again, I will put a link in the description below, and I will put the full information. My mind's gone entirely blank with all of their names, but yes, so I'm starting at the cuticle area and I'm blending down, and I'm going to work in nice thin layers with both colours because they're strong colours, deep colours, so you want to work in really thin layers and just paint it on to create that nice ombre fade. And then I'm just using a wet brush just to pick up a little bit of the Laura glitter and tap that along. When I'm happy with the design, I'm going to cap that entire nail in clear acrylic. Moving on to the pinky finger, and then I'm coming in with the Sapphire Acrylic, and this is the nail I'm doing the geometric design on, so I'm wanting to create an angled kind of triangle in the corner there. So it's kind of similar to how you do your reverse smile line, so I'm trying to use the point of my brush just to make a nice chiseled edge. Again, I'm really sorry about my camera not focusing in. I mean, you get the idea of what I'm doing. I don't know what was going on. Sometimes it turns its autofocus on and it keeps focusing on entirely the wrong point on the screen. So, my apologies, guys. Moving on to that middle finger, I'm coming in with that red again, pushing back into that cuticle area. So I really like about the HD acrylic, you put it down and it stays until you want to move it. It's really nice to work with. And this nail I'm keeping one colour because I'm going to do a lot of decoration on this, so I'm then just making sure that I've covered up all of that dark glitter underneath, created that red base, and I will then cap that in clear later. And then for the pointer finger, I'm coming in with a bead of clear acrylic, picked up some more of that blue jean super fine, and then I'm going to use my wet brush to pick up some of the Laura glitter, and just tap that into that wet layer. And this is a good trick if you're not used to using chunky glitters or not very confident with them. Find a superfine that matches, use that as the base, and then just apply pieces of the chunky cut glitter so you can still get a similar effect without bulking out the nail. Then just going back and capping those nails. Then going back to that geometric nail, filing in, getting a nice crisp line before I come in with the next colour. And for the next bit I'm using a bead of clear acrylic, picking up some of that blue jeans glitter, placing it where I want it. And then I'm going to cap this in clear, and I'm going to continue down the nail in this zigzag pattern, just to keep adding different colours and glitters. Then doing the thumb, coming in with that sapphire again, covering all that glitter on the tip with that sapphire acrylic. Little bead of clear acrylic, and then I'm coming in with that blue jeans superfine, and then I'm going to dab in some of the Laura glitter over the top. And then when that's set a little bit, I'm just going to cap that in clear acrylic. Again, moving on to the next bit, so filing in. Now you can use, I've done another video, I'm not sure if I recorded that actually, I did another set recently where instead of letting it dry and then filing, I came in with dental floss and cut it and just kept going on. It's personal preference how you do it. It depends how I feel on the day as well as to whether I let each section cure or whether I just keep going with dental floss cutting, carrying on. As you can see, I've got red acrylic all over myself. This bead I just kept dropping all over the place, but I was not wasting it. Yeah, so that's why my hands are covered in acrylic. Always the professional me. Yep, so again, just patting it all into place, trying to do as much as I can with the brush so that the file just neatens it up at the end. And for this section, I'm using a base of that Superfine and then just dabbing in a little bit of that Laura glitter before capping. And I totally failed to film the final bit, but you've got the gist of what I'm doing here now anyway. So on the plain colour nails, I have done some 4D roses. If you search my playlists and search my previous videos, you will find me creating these big 4D roses with a CJP Appleshine. So if you just want to watch that video for how I created these. And then I'm using just a bead of acrylic to place those roses on the nail, and then I'm using another small bead of acrylic underneath, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to almost put a collar around the rose of some Swarovski chatons. Oh, look at my knuckles. So I'm using my tweezers just to place these in. The reason I do this is the same with when I do clusters, extreme 3D, anything like that. You want to make sure that the final design is as smooth as possible. So if I'd left that how it was, hair would have got trapped, you know, just tying your hair back, you would have got caught and snagged. So you want to make the designs as smooth as possible. So I'm packing it in with crystals, and then later on I'll go through and I'll use a detailer brush to drop a little bit of top coat in the little gaps, and I make sure that there's a little trail of crystals as well, all nice and smooth as can be, so there's not going to be all these little bits that you can get trapped and snag and stuff. So now I'm just going to use a mixture of other crystals from my crystal wheels and randomly place, I'm going to create a nice flowing design for the cluster and 4D rose. So I've added various shapes here, working on the freshly filed nails as well, and then I'll top coat when I'm happy with the design. Top coat, I'm just going to use a detailer brush, picking up some of that top coat and getting right up against those crystals, as I said, filling any gaps, making sure I go up against but not over the crystals, making sure it's all nice and secure and nice smooth and a well finished nail. Then top coating all of the other nails too, and then I'll cure this in my lamp for 60 seconds. And there we have it, guys. Now just adding a little bit of cuticle oil. I just have to say, Blue Jeans and Laura are two of my all-time favourite glitters. No words. No words. The holographic shine on these is out of this world. So there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry it took me so long to edit it and share it with you. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye!